The Aloha Hour with Johny and Dewey.
Can I laugh now?
Right on. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. As usual, we have a very famous, very special guest today. He's a former pro boxer, and he's known as one of the most respected and rapidly rising boxing trainers in the state of Hawaii. Over a decade ago, he was chosen by Freddie Roach to be one of Pacquiao's spar mates. He coaches about 6 champions right now as we speak, and he's changing the way people view Hawaiian boxers.
Yeah, I like that.
He is Nito.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Nito?
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Good.
Thank you for coming in. It is
awfully good-looking guy, huh, for a boxer. I expect your nose all fucked up. You got black eyes, you got big lips. Your ears you okay because you're a boxer.
Yeah, I don't grapple.
You're not a jiu-jitsu guy,
Nah.
but damn good-looking boy.
I think the girls like those type of ears nowadays.
Yeah?
Really? I see a lot of...
They appreciate it.
Yeah.
Really?
They appreciate the hard work.
Yeah, I'm going to go get some plastic surgery
Yeah.
and score some
I
hot
think so. I
chicks.
see a lot of jiu-jitsu guys with a lot of hot...
They score.
Well, yeah.
No. You know why? 'Cause you look at their body, they got six-pack, and underneath all that, it's not the ears. They all ripped.
Well, we're here today not to talk about jiu-jitsu. We're here to talk about Nito, about boxing, and about how he was able to change how people look at Hawaiian boxers. Right now, tell us a little bit about the champions that you have before we get into who you are, where you started, how you started. Right now, who are you? Who are your fighters?
I got a bunch of... I got like 3 top amateurs in the country. Brie, she's number 1 in the country. She's been number 1 in the country 2 years in a row now. My other boy, Noah Timoteo, he's ranked number 2 in the country. And my other boy, KJ Wildlight, he's ranked number 3 in the country.
How old are these guys?
KJ's 18, Noah's 18 too, and Brie is 27.
How old are they when they start boxing? For them to get to this level as a top amateur in the country?
The boys just boxing all their lives.
Okay.
Brie was kind of brand new to the sport, and she's just like a phenom.
Yeah.
She just caught on real good, and man,
What do you mean caught on real good? You recognized it. You saw her. She was a soccer player. Tell us the true story.
Oh, I was working at UFC gym.
Yeah.
And then she was the front desk girl, and she was pretty husky, and she wanted to lose some weight, and so she took my boxing class, and then she loved it, and we kept it going, and then I didn't force her to want to fight. She wanted to. She asked me, and then I said it's going to take a lot of hard work, and man, within 2 years of her training, she didn't even know how to throw a jab or any type of punch. 2 years later, she's number 1 in the country.
You must be freaking good, Nito. That's all I gotta say. I don't give a shit. You gotta be damn good. That's a lot of time commitment.
Tell us who is Nito.
Yeah.
Tell us your story.
We're in the dating game right now. I want to hear everything about Nito. I want to hear everything. The world wants to know everything about Nito.
I'm nobody special.
How tall are you?
5'7".
And when's your birthday? What's your sign? I swear he's good looking. For a boxing coach.
Thank you.
A lot better looking, Freddie. Freddie's ugly.
I know. I'm changing the game, I feel like. I'm changing the game.
Yeah.
So tell us where you started. How old were you?
I boxed all my life since I was a kid. I come from Waianae. And on Waianae, everybody fight. But I come from a family of boxers. Like I'm like the 3rd generation boxer.
Wow.
Yeah, so we could skip school, but we couldn't skip the gym.
Yeah.
Right on.
But
father influence, I'm thinking.
yeah, fathers and uncles, because all my uncles fought.
Okay.
All my uncles. I come Pelin.
Yeah.
Pelin
They're all
Blanc.
boxers.
All boxers.
Yeah.
Every guy in my family box.
Yeah.
Come from that background, and then coming from Waianae, so I didn't graduate high school. And so I had my whole mindset that boxing was gonna take me out of my situation. You know, I don't come from money. I come from my mom and dad was on drugs and stuff like that. And then but boxing was always my escape, and boxing was gonna get me out of the situation that I was in. But coming from Waianae, you tend to dabble in the streets.
Yeah.
And I got hooked on drugs, but I was boxing at the same time. And slowly but surely, drugs took over my life, and that was in the mix of my career. I moved to California when I was 19 years old to pursue my professional boxing career. Went up there and I still had that drug problem. So if I had a fight coming up, I wouldn't be partying. Like I was straight focused on my fighting.
Right.
But if I wasn't fighting, I was fucking knocking beers down and sniffing all types of shit.
Yeah, what was the drug of choice?
Cocaine.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody I don't know. I just feel like just the adrenaline thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I was addicted to cocaine, and slowly but surely it took over my life. And I mean, fighting and drugs don't mix well.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Why is it? Right. It's like, like the other day we had Billy Kemper in too, like in the surfing industry and Yancey to MMA. It's like, here we are, right, practicing one of the most technical, difficult art, but yet there's a dark side to it. Right?
Yeah.
Like amazing, phenomenal surfer are druggies, but yet contest time, they switch. And they can go perform at the highest level. And when the heat's over, the contest's over, they're back on the juice or whatever that is.
I think you can get away with it for only for your early 20s and stuff like that. And it does catch up.
What caused somebody to get onto that path, the drug thing? Is it because you were trying to heal deep pain you had as a childhood, or what was it? Have you kind of figured that out?
I do. I think I was just being insecure of myself. Like I always I didn't feel like how I feel now.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't comfortable. I always felt like I needed to be cool, and I always didn't feel like I wasn't accepted.
Yeah.
Like I just felt I wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
I think I've come to the conclusion literally a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Because I thought about it. Because I was never this confident. I was never this. I was confident outside, but inside I wasn't.
Right.
Now I'm internally everything. Like I walk with my chest in the air, and I don't never feel like I'm better than anybody. But like nobody can tell me shit.
Right.
You know that I don't know about myself.
Yeah.
So I'm just real comfortable for all my flaws and everything.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
I wasn't like everything that I had. I was so ashamed. Like if I did anything wrong. Nah, I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, the self-esteem, the everyone goes through it. Everyone goes through it. Like all of us, right? Like at the moment we become teenagers, young adulthood in our 20s, we always question who we are because that's the process of finding who we are, right?
100%.
And then from there, to be accepted is where you actually start doing all these things, right? The drug things to to create this alter ego that you're all that, and eventually the truth sets in and you can't run away from it. Right.
I kind of like getting back to what you said. Like I kind of realized because I for a while I struggled with like why did I really have this problem? And I mean that's what it came down to. I just always felt like I wasn't accepted or I needed to do. I used to use that to fill this void of trying to be cool and just trying to be a part of the boys and just trying to be somebody I'm not.
Right.
But by doing that, got me into a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
It actually made my life I was already in a bad situation. I mean, I was poor already. Like I come from my mom and dad. We didn't have nothing. We didn't have no electric. Sometimes no food in the icebox. I was already coming from that, and for me to get a drug habit during all those times, and it just made shit worse.
So how did you get the money? What did you do?
I used to rob. People. It's like the drug dealer. Like I was known for boxing in Hawaii. Like I could fight, and I used to fight in the street a lot. So,
have you lost a fight in the street?
Probably
never.
I don't think so.
Never.
I don't think so. I got false crack.
Yeah.
When I was drunk. And I probably lost then, but
Yeah.
as far as up and up, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think I'm the toughest guy, but
Yeah.
I was always down to fight. But in Waianae, coming from Waianae, I was always known to fight and just cause trouble.
Right.
So a lot of the times the drug dealers would just give me some stuff, or I would tell them that could I front some stuff, and I'll pay them back later, and they would do it. I would never pay them back. Yeah, I was a bad person. Like I used to go into the place, nobody wanted me around. Now,
everybody loves Nito.
But wait, how old were you when you went through that?
Like, I was 18 to till I got sober, honestly.
7 years ago, 34, 7 years ago, it'd be 27.
From 18
to 27.
to 27,
Yeah.
Wow.
I was going through all of that.
That's a long time.
That is, yeah.
And that was...
so boxing would always keep me a little straight. That never steered me to go off the edge because boxing required me to not drink,
right,
not party.
Yeah.
So always kept me just right on it, like not going over the edge. So
Just
I had,
enough.
Yeah, I had spurt moments where I was a good guy. And then when I wasn't fighting, boom. But then when I retired from fighting, shit was all downhill after that. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that. So you moved to Cali. How did you feel over there? I know before you told us you felt like you were by yourself. You were alone. You were lonely over there.
So I was actually funny story how I got to California. So there was this amateur fight here in Hawaii at Waihiwa. It was Hawaii versus California, and I fought this guy. He was supposed to be the shit. They came here to watch him, and there were scouts here, and I fought him. I beat him, and after I beat him, the guys that came to watch him, they kept calling my coach. They wanted me to turn pro. They wanted me to move up there and like pursue my dream. But for a long, I didn't take their offer for 2 years, and I was partying and everything. My dad just got locked up, so I'm like, fuck it. I'm working and I'm like doing drugs, but I didn't want to fight anymore.
Yeah.
But cocaine has a way of making you want to talk to people. I came home one night.
Yeah.
So these guys offered me this to move up there. 2 years now. 2 years went by. They kept calling my coach's phone. I never answered it. Like I told them I didn't want to do it. But I came home all high one night, and I still was like I wanted to talk to somebody. And I called my coach. I called my coach like 4 a.m. and I'm like, I want to go pro. Tell him I'm ready. I'm high though. I don't mean what I say.
Yeah.
I don't mean what I say. And then my coach said, okay, I'll call you in the morning. I fall asleep, wake up, I'm sober now. I'm like, fuck, I feel stupid. I sound so, and I'm thinking like, fuck, I hope he forget about what I said. Fucking the next day he called, oh, your flight is booked. You gotta go. You leave in like 3 days.
No way.
Oh, yeah, I had to quit my job. But it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah.
Where you used to work back then?
I used to work at CNS. It was like we used to work in a warehouse and like get the food ready to get shipped out to the stores.
Right.
Because I heard that there's a funny story of you you worked at Dixie Grill.
I worked Dixie Grill. Yeah.
And you asked for your job back.
Oh yeah. That was
Tell us the story.
I quit my job. I moved to California, tried to pursue my career as a boxer.
19, 20?
I was 19 years old.
19 years old.
18 and then about 19 when I went up there.
Yeah.
I went up there. It didn't work out. Drugs took up. I came back home.
How long did you last on the mainland?
A couple of years.
Yeah, where were you?
I was in Coachella.
Coachella. Oh.
Yeah, Coachella.
Oh.
Wow, why not to Coachella?
I was in Coachella.
Wow.
Yeah. I was with some good people though. They're still my family to
But
this
there's
day.
no ocean nearby. It's hot as shit.
I was never an ocean guy too though.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, I just didn't like the feeling that I could get up and go see my family. I didn't have that. I was lonely.
Yeah.
I was so lonely.
Yeah.
And then anyway, I go up there, I come back home. I'm done with fighting. I didn't even tell my grandma I was done. So I told my grandma, hey, I'm coming home to visit. But my mind, I didn't even tell my managers I was late. I said I was going home for like a couple of days. So I told my grandma the same thing so she could pick me up from the airport.
Yeah.
And my mind was like, fuck, I had a one-way ticket home.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting no more.
Yeah.
But anyway, I come home. And then as the months go on, grandma know I'm not going to fight no more. And that time it just got me, I was just spiraling out of control because I didn't have anything to look forward to. I had no money, but I was just like on this just dark path. And then I would always live with my grandma when I was going through some stuff. And she was like a person that had a house.
Yeah.
So I would stay with her.
This is mom's mom?
Mom's mom.
Okay.
And my mom was living out in Makaha in a little shack.
Yeah.
A shack thing. We'll get to that. And then as I was doing that, grandma couldn't handle me because I was just being crazy. And then I ended up there. In the shack. So the shack is like big like this. And me and my mom sleep. Me, my mom, and my dad. And I'm fucking 23 years old, 24 years old, living with my mom them like that, you know. And anyway, and then I of course I needed money, so I started working at my friend got me this job at Dixie Grill, and it was at Dixie Grill where I got sober. It was at Dixie Grill where I got sober, yeah. And I was like, my dad, I love my dad to death, and my mom and dad, they go through their own struggles. One day I was just so bad at drinking and partying. I was just such a terrible person. My dad waked me up one day. He wakes me up and he tells me, if I quit what I do, he'll quit too. I swear. And I looked at my dad in his eye and I laughed. I said, no way, I'm just getting started. A month later, I got sober.
Wow.
1 month later, I got sober. And anyway, and then I went to Dixie Grill. I was working about a month there. That's when I hit this place where I just didn't want to be the person that I was. So I got sober.
Was there a person that instrumentally kind of helped you with that shift in your mind, or was it on your own? You realized that
It was me.
Wow.
I just didn't want to live.
But tell Dewey what was the situation riding the bus.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was I was hungover one day.
Yeah.
I was partying the night before. It was what is that the surf tournament they have in Macau?
Buffalo.
Yeah,
is
the
biggest
Buffalo.
one,
Yeah. So when they got the Buffalo, everybody partying there.
Yeah.
I was there, partying, and I woke up, and I was late for work.
Yeah.
So I had to run and catch the bus to work. I didn't have no money.
Yeah.
I'm running. I didn't want to lose the job. I just got it. So I ran, and I knew I didn't have no money on me. The bus driver pulls up, so I'm like acting like I lost my wallet. The bus driver, he was nice enough to let me on. And then I just seen some like, as I'm very known for boxing out in Hawaii. And when I moved to California and I was sparring with Manny, I ended up having a good rep, and people looked up to what I was doing. And then I see some kids that recognized me from the boxing, and they were laughing at me. I felt so ashamed, and that right there clicked.
Wow.
I said I'll never drink again, and that fire that lit me to get sober burns just as strong to today.
27 years old.
Yeah. And I said, fuck this. I gotta make something out of myself. And I said, I love coaching, and this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life.
But how? First of all, why did you wanted to stop boxing? I mean, you always said I was done with boxing. Why? You were so good. You had such a potential.
It's just what it comes with it. It was real draining. Like there's just the pressure of fighting. I know how it feels. Like, man, when you win, you're on top of the world. When you lose, man, the world turned on you, man. Like they really do. Like I remember losing my first professional fight. I didn't want to leave the room for a month. You feel like you let everybody down, and it just hurts. Like, and I didn't like going through that. As long as I fought, I hated losing and what comes with it. You know.
Do you talk to your fighters about that feeling?
Mm-hmm. But they're a lot more. The generation now is a lot more different. They're a lot more strong-minded. Like, the boys that I have, they just like scrapping. Me, I was like the hope for my family.
Yeah.
And when I lost, it just felt like I just let everybody down. It was bad. Like, fighting comes with a lot of downs, like more downs than ups, you know. And the downs is bad. I was just the hope for my family. My family wanted me to make it, and I didn't. So that's why I just didn't like that pressure.
Yeah,
but now you're making it.
I mean, that's incredible.
Now you're making it.
I'm teaching how I want it to be taught.
Wow.
That if that makes any sense. I mean, I love
absolutely.
my coach. I love my coach to that. There are some things that I feel like he could have done. I don't want to say better. Just some things like, just little things.
Different.
Little different. I love my coach, Freddie Roach. He taught me everything I know, and I owe him everything. I cater to my fighters a lot more. I show them, compassion and, and there's always ways out, but you have to stay strong. And just like they see what I've been through, like I'm being on the streets and stuff. So I think that's why we get along a lot better than, I think that's why I'm successful, because I understand them. I think that's why.
You've been there.
Yeah, I think that's why we've been successful as a team, as a unit, as fighting wise, because just fighting, coaching and fighters is like you gotta meet in the middle. I mean, of course there's the boss, but you gotta understand where they're coming from. So you guys, it's a partnership. It's not I'm the boss, what I say go, So you just gotta meet in the middle. I think that's why my experiences of what I did bad and of what I don't want them to do, I think that's why we're successful as far as winning titles and whatnot.
How do you address your fighters now when it comes to losing? Because knowing what you felt, it was the reason that it kind of almost demoralized you to leave boxing.
When they lose, I love them. Like I show them love, man. You don't get that. You don't get bad. I'm telling you, the world will turn against you when you lose. I promise you. I mean, I'm sure like the guys that you talk to before can say the same thing, man. That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what I do different. Let them know it's like I just let them know I love you. Like I love you. Like that's all. Like I never say it's okay, because when I say it's okay to lose, they think they can lose again.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I just hug them.
Just know that you're there for them.
Yeah,
You are
100
still loved.
Yeah. Because the game is cold. The fighting game is cold. You know, like the people you hear from every day when you're winning. Once you lose, you never hear from them again, and it's that cold. And you know, you can feel lonely. And
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
So how did it happen that you started to train suddenly? So you were a boxer, stopped boxing.
I had this.
How did the passion started?
I was my friend. He wanted me to hold mitts for him one day, and I did. And I was like, oh, I'm pretty good at this. And I knew I didn't want to fight anymore, but I knew I wanted to be in a sport somewhere. And it's rare in life you find your calling. Man, I found it that day.
Yeah.
I found it that day.
Just random.
Random.
Wow, that's amazing.
I was young too, because coaches are not young, you know?
Yeah.
Coaches,
How old were you then?
I was 27.
27.
Yeah, like, fuck. You're not
Yeah.
respected.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
Not
what I
at
mean?
27, yeah.
But coaching comes with experience, not age.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I had all the experience in the world
Right.
at 27.
Right,
You know what I mean?
You live a fast life.
Yeah,
You never
yeah.
really had a childhood
Yeah,
almost.
yeah. So, I at 27, I found what I wanted to do. I was like, fuck this. This is what I wanted to do.
So how did you start training them?
So I started training this kid, one of my friends, out at the gym in Makaha, and I was holding mitts from him, and I felt like I was pretty good at that. And by training him, I met Tristan Kamaka and Kai Kamaka. And then I started training them, and then that's when I kind of took my coaching seriously. That's what I wanted to do, and I trained them for some fights. They're MMA fighters, though. And then they won, and I was addicted after that.
So you still train them?
Kai Boy's in the UFC right now. Kai Boy, no, I don't train him anymore because Tristan stopped fighting, but Kai Boy is still fighting. But we didn't have a falling out or anything. He trains with his uncle, and the uncle got a real strict regimen for them, and I don't want to get involved with that. But we're still close to this day.
Yeah. Because I saw everybody is coming to see you. So from Max Holloway to Nam to everybody come to see you.
Me and Max go way back, though.
Yeah.
Me and Max go way back. From Wine days. Max, he comes from where I come from, and he knew when I was fighting too, and he was still kickboxing at the time. And he seen me fucked up too, like drunk as hell, and he used to like me fighting, and he always wanted me to fight again before he became what he is now.
Yeah.
And he would always try to encourage me to fight again. But me and Max is still cool to this day.
Yeah, I saw him training
Yeah, that's
with
my
you.
boy.
A lot of people come to seek your advice just for you to see their movement. How does it make you feel from where you come from and where you are now?
I'm humbled by everything, and I learn every day. I don't feel like I know everything. It's humbling, but I knew this was gonna happen. I believed in my coaching ability, and it was just a matter of time.
What do you think that you do different than other coaches?
I'm an understanding coach, you know. I've witnessed the downfall of everything, and sometimes it doesn't take instruction to get you out of a situation and fighting. It takes experience. Like sometimes jab not gonna get you out of the situation. It's like bite the fuck down, you know. Like you gotta do this. Look at your family watching you. Shit like that.
Wow.
So it's the little things where you feel that you have as a fighter, you can contribute to your fighters.
I feel that. I feel like that 100%.
Right.
100%.
Is there anything as far as training that you do different, or a thing that you're known for that, I don't know, you let them run 5 miles?
I just game plan wise, I just seeing things that other people don't see, and of course the regimen of just hard work.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, my system ain't that like rocket science. It's just hard work, but we implement a lot of sparring, a lot of tough rounds, and just
Where you bring the sparring partners for Brie, for example?
Brie gotta spar the boys. Yeah, my boys don't like cross training. They don't like cross training. They rather fight everybody. But my boys, we got a bunch of good guys in the gym that we got good sparring. I try to bring in other boys for my boys to spar with from other gyms, but they don't like it. My boys like trying to fight. They get rowdy, so they want to just keep to
still young.
themselves. Yeah, they want to keep to themselves. Like just before I got, I had to break up a fight in my gym.
You know, one of the things that I realized that if you keep the ego outside the gym, you get much further.
100%. And I've been blessed with a group of guys that do, and they let me just do my job and they trust me, and I couldn't ask for anything better. I mean, I gotta push them sometimes, but they believe in every word I say, and I always make sure that we perform to our best abilities, and they get what they need as far as training.
So if you had to look back and decide on one thing that you would want to do different, one approach different, what would it be?
I didn't spend so much years on drugs.
Of course.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
No, but I think it made you relatable, and the greatness of Nito is yet to be discovered.
Yeah.
Because the pain and suffering usually manifests into something greatness. Like everything that I think it's like the loss of all these great coaches for Mike Tyson is just yeah.
And I heard that you have in your new apartment you have a picture of your old shack.
Yes.
Where you used to.
Yeah, I got it in my townhouse now. It just keeps me humble. It's crazy because everything that I dream, because I got sober in that shack, right? And I was just starting this Nito boxing thing, and I would lay.
What this shack? What you guys like?
Hey, you want to see the
miss
shack?
This conversation?
No,
what
no.
shack? Is this the shack that you and Mom and
Yeah.
and Dad
Yeah,
live
I got
in
a
the
picture of it. I got
the
that
one
pic-
same place?
Yeah, I have
The same place.
I have that picture in my house.
Wow.
Picture of that.
So
Got it.
he has pictures of that shed where he used to live in.
Yeah.
And my sincere apologies.
Oh, no.
But it looks like
Oh fuck yeah!
It's a
that's
shack.
shit.
It's a shack.
Yeah,
It like-
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like-
yeah.
small.
Yeah,
It's like
I get it.
I got a picture.
Yeah, I want to see it.
and he has this picture on his wall to
Yeah.
remind him.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
when I saw this. I'm like,
Wow,
that's what's up.
We got to remember where we come from. That's one
Yeah.
thing. I mean, that's what the beauty of Yancey is. Like, he never forgets.
Yeah,
Where
he was
he
also
came
one of
from,
those.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's crazy because sometimes I miss those days of being there. Because I have a lot of material things now that I don't find not important as much as I thought it was before.
Yeah.
But I have all of these things, and then I'd give anything for one day I could ride the bus, to work again, and feel those feelings again. I would do anything for those feelings again.
Well, but knowing that you can get out of it and go back to your Escalade.
Just the feeling of the grind. I remember I was on the fucking bus in my Dixie uniform, and I was listening to some music, and I always envision everything I have. That's crazy because everything I have now, I thought about it before.
Yeah.
I just had to, and I used to be laughed at in the beginning.
Yeah, but that journey, like anyone who came from nothing, right, and poor, and like our program is because we feel so not enough, insufficient, because we compare ourselves to the rest of the world, right?
100%.
And then we work hard and we buy all this shit, and one day we got all this shit, and yet that feeling of insignificant never went away.
Yeah.
And then you realize, fuck this shit.
Yeah, that's
I
how I
don't
feel now.
need this shit.
Yeah,
I think especially during Corona time, everybody figured out because you didn't go to buy a clothes for 6 months, and you're like, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Then you realize, wait, so do I buy all the time new shoes, no clothes for who? It's not for me.
Yeah.
Because during Corona, when I never seen nobody,
Yeah.
I didn't get new stuff.
I work so hard for the things that I have now, and then when I have it now, it's just like, to me, that's not important. What's important is my morals and how I treat my family and the people around me. And how my mother looks at me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If my mom don't respect me, then that don't mean shit. So that's more important now.
How's your mom now? She's probably super stoked.
She's very happy with me. I love my mom to death. My mom and my dad, they're still doing what they do, but at this point, you gotta just love them. I never know. I don't want the last memory I have with my mom is me judging her.
Yeah.
So anytime I see my mom, it's all love. It's all good memories.
Dude, I think we can end this now. No, because
What a beautiful-
no, but I think what Nito said is so powerful. all children, right? When we grow up and then we realize this, we begin to see our parents just human. Just because they give us life doesn't mean they're perfect. And to see all the imperfection, they're bullshit, right? And the true growth is when we totally accept them and be grateful. That's what you said. They're giving you life because the life you have now is because of them.
Yes.
And there's no more judgment. And you just, man, that's fucking, that's priceless what you just said.
100%.
Yeah.
You never know, because tomorrow's not promised.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want the last thing that I'm with my parents, the last thing that I remember is me judging them.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I got it now, Mom, you got it.
They did their best given what they got, and no matter what, there was also like you, because I think a lot of time we do drug is we're trying to heal, we're in pain, we're in suffering, and I'm sure if you go back and ask your parents' childhood, I'm sure it's fucked.
100%.
And forever they're trying to find that light, that glimpse. They never got that opportunity for you, a bunch of kids laughing at you. That was the turning point. That was like so powerful. For them, maybe that moment hasn't arrived yet.
Yeah.
They haven't got there yet. That does not mean they don't love you
100%.
as their son, and for you to recognize that is so fucking insane.
And I wouldn't be where I'm at without my parents. And, my mom, them done a lot of bad things. They're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But again, back to it, I just every time my mom see me, it's gonna be good memories. It ain't gonna be nothing bad.
Yeah.
I just don't want to. My mom and dad been judged from my family a long time.
Right.
I grew up hearing, we get around like family parties and they just talk about my mom and dad, like how bad they were, and we kids, and it feel I still feel ashamed. Yeah, I got my uncles, my grandma, and them talking about my parents, and I always felt that my mom was never loved. And now I'm older. It's all love. I love my mom to death.
I'm 56, Nito. I finally learned the lesson of judgment maybe 3 years ago. Seriously. At 56, you're 34. Imagine for the next 20-something in your life, the relationship you're going to have, the bond you have with your fighters, the love that's going to be deep in between you and your family. Fucking insane, Nito. Power.
And that's what's important to me.
Yeah.
Now that I got material things now, but to me, took me to getting all those things to realize that all that shit don't matter.
Oh shit, Nito. As you grow, your fighters
So
grow. Man.
don't you feel sometimes that people mistake the aloha for weakness? Being kind and loving and hugging, and then people don't read it the right way, and they
They do. A lot of people do, and that's when they get punched in the fucking mouth. They get
No, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. You're trying to be loving and caring.
But we'll be like that. You just be I'm respectful to everybody, but you disrespect me, then I'm gonna show you what's up. You brought that upon yourself, not me, right? And people like to play victim after that. To take your aloha for weakness, and then they get popped in the mouth, and then they're like, oh, I didn't mean what they say, but people try it, but I'm positive all the way around, and then I always stand on my what I'm from, what I believe in. Like I always stand up for my people, and if they're wrong, I'll correct them.
Yeah.
If they're in the wrong, I'll make sure I'll let them know that you're wrong. But if they're not wrong and I feel like they're correct, I'll stand behind them all the way.
So after how did it turn out that you have now 1 gym, 2 gym? How many?
I have 1 gym in Waipahu, and I'm opening one in Kahala.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What part of Kahala?
So
The new shopping center that just opened up?
It's the F45.
Yeah.
The
right hand side of it.
Yeah, the right hand. Yeah. So
You and Shane.
yeah, so that's how I hooked
together.
that's how I hooked up with Shane. I hooked up with Shane. Shane trains in my gym, and then he said, "Hey, yo, I got the spot," and then I'm like, "Fuck, perfect."
Shane is a great guy. He
I
trained
love
with
Shane.
me at Caverinia.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
I love Shane. So Shane actually approached me with that, out of the blue, and I'm like, "Fuck, I gotta take it. Let's do it." And yeah, we're gonna do it.
Wow, that's amazing.
When do you think?
We could have opened up. I'm thinking maybe in the next 3-4 weeks. I just got to get some of the equipment there.
Right.
Ruka's sending me some bags and stuff.
Yeah.
So let's touch on that. Tell us how you, from just being a trainer in boxing, working in the UFC gym, to own your own gym. Tell us about the process. Who was helping you? Who was supporting you? How did it end up to be where it is right now?
I took a job at the UFC gym. They offered me a job there, and coming, you know, I didn't graduate high school and stuff. I didn't know nothing about business. I didn't know how to, because I was training all the boys for free, you know, and they didn't have money. So, of course, this is me coming up, and I wanted...
So, wait, so when you were training the people, it was just...
Oh, I put in my miles. Like, you gotta crawl before you walk. You gotta earn. How can I charge you when we didn't even accomplish anything? You know what I mean? How can I charge you something, right? When we didn't even accomplish anything yet. So you gotta put. A lot of trainers, like, they got it fucked up. You gotta put in the years with your fighters, and you guys gotta actually have accomplished fights, and just so until then you can't charge someone something. You can't just charge somebody. But anyway. I've accomplished some stuff, a little stuff, and then our UFC Instagram was going pretty good. So UFC saw my Instagram, and they wanted me to work for them. And for me, that was the perfect time to figure out the business. I got in there, and they make you try to sell these packages in there. And they overprice the shit out of them.
Yeah.
And I'm ashamed to tell these guys how much it cost.
Yeah.
But I was getting, people were coming to the gym for me, and I was getting like 20%. So every Saturday I was like, fuck, I got to just learn the business and then get out of here.
Yeah.
And I did.
Okay, so you opened
No,
the
then
gym.
I also, actually I went from there, from UFC gym, then from there I went to Powerhouse gym. And that's when I started doing my own thing, like bringing in my own income. And I was there working. I wasn't making enough. I thought I could have made more if I had my own spot. I took a chance, no money. I had like $2,000 in my pocket. My friend, Jad, he owned the mill. He was gonna open a barber shop on Waihua, and then it fell through. And he said, "I have the spot. Do you want to take it and try open up the gym?" I said, and I within 2 days he told me that. I said, "Yeah," and I left Powerhouse Gym with like $2,000. I didn't have enough money to start the gym, but I said, "Fuck, I gotta do it. I gotta do it now." I did. I didn't even have enough money for buy racks. I bought like some 2x4, and me and my friend built these racks for the gym, and I did it there. But they were just gonna try to charge me an insane amount of rent, like $3,000. At the time, I couldn't afford it, but I was still gonna try. But I put in an application for a storage unit. When I heard that they were gonna charge me this much, and the storage unit I could afford, which was like storage unit was a little bit bigger than this place, and I got the place. And I always said I just needed 2 bags in there, and I put 2 bags in there, and then I just went from there. I just jammed and kept posting videos, and it worked.
Wow.
So the way
Storage unit.
Yeah. So I did the storage unit for a year.
Yeah.
I outgrew the storage unit in a year, and then I got I moved up. It wasn't that much bigger, but it was bigger. I moved to Waipio. I outgrew that place, and I had a lease up there for 3 years, but I outgrew it within a year. And then I found this real good dude. His name was Wally on Waipahu, and he had like a 4,000 square feet. He was doing taekwondo there, but he wasn't making enough money to pay for the rent. So I would lease the space from him, and he would use it some days, and some days the days I would use it. And then I did that for like 3 years, and then now I moved into my new spot. A big warehouse, 2,000 square feet, and I got there in Colino. With almost 200
That's
clients
what's up.
now.
Yeah.
Almost 200 clients and counting.
That's what's up.
Every day we got new faces, and we don't even try to sell it anymore, you know, because what I realized is that you needed to, people, like you can post a fancy network where you get a lot of attention, but that shit don't stick. What you need to do is build champions. I risked all my money that I had to go take my fighters to these tournaments out in
were you
mainland.
paying for the flights?
Yeah. Some days I couldn't even pay the rent from my house. Like I would gamble. Like I got sorry.
I love him
we'll take
already.
it. We'll
I
take it.
love him already. You're
took-
like entrepreneur. You have it in you.
We had to. It had to work. But I approached the game a lot different than a lot of coaches. That's why I'm respected in the boxing world for what I've accomplished. But a businessman, I did it a different way. Because there was no money. There was no money to be made in the boxing world. Being a boxing coach in Hawaii,
Right.
there was no money. Like,
Right.
who the fuck's a boxing coach that does it full time, you know?
Right.
And I just approached the game a little different. And that made my business stick. Now I can just money just come in, and I just focus on the fighters and the next up and coming fighters. I got great kids in the gym. I got a staff now, so it's working out.
How big's the staff? How many people on the payroll? That
4. Yeah, 4.
So how
Good
did you meet
man.
the Muniz family?
I don't know. I was training Billy guys, and I was kind of like after I first started training Makua Ratman, and then I started training Billy. I trained him for a while, and Derek got it. They would post videos of me, and then I feel like I trained the whole surf
team
industry
Yeah.
right now. But they're great. I love the Moniz family. Uncle Tony's the man.
Yeah,
So I met Buddy Wiggins. Through Billy, and Buddy said I got a bunch of friends that would like, cause I was like, I'll come to Hawaii Kai, but I gotta be train a couple of more guys. He said I got a couple of guys. He never said who it was, and then I went there and it was set and Kilea. Great people. They make me feel like family.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see you train them a lot. I see a lot of videos. You go there a lot.
I trained him. I trained Zeke. I trained a lot of the Danny Fuller,
Wow.
Taylor, Tyler Newton.
All those surfer guys, who got the most skill? Like who would you go? You know what? That
You could
guy,
be a boxer.
Yeah, you kick some ass.
Um,
I know what you put your hand. Is it Billy? Is it Zeke? Is it Seth? Who is
they're
it?
all good. They all can fight. They all
Yeah,
can.
no,
they're-
the X factor. That one guy. You go. If I got to take one guy from surfer crowd to take him with me on the tour, who would that be?
You putting me on the
I
spot.
know I am. That's welcome to the show.
All of them.
Listen,
all of them.
all of them. Listen,
All of them.
everyone. He loves them all,
I
but
take
there's
'em all.
one. Yeah, that one person.
That-
Probably
that-
Kilea.
Kilea. Settled.
Yeah. Oh,
That girl can scrap. She good. Yeah, she's feisty too. She's pregnant too when I first met her.
yeah.
Yeah, she came bad, but she's good people though. I love her husband, Joe.
Yeah.
Joe's the man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, Kilea Muniz married to Joey Termini, who is a photographer, and he was wearing the Nito boxing shirt in Rodeo Drive while hanging out with Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
And then the whole world went like
Wow.
crazy. Who the hell is Nito boxing?
I was Kilea sent me the picture. I didn't even know. She sent me shit. Oh, and then I was just so happy. I can frame that picture.
Yeah, that's insane, man. Imagine where you've been. Like,
Can I pay you $2,000? Give him this shirt, so you give it.
No, man. It really it doesn't hit me. Joe was FaceTiming with Justin Bieber one day at training, and I got to talk to him like just a little bit, but it didn't even hit me to the drive home, and I'm like talking to my assistant, Del Sobe. Yo, Sola, that was fucking Justin Bieber. Like it don't hit me.
Yeah.
It don't hit me. Life's been coming at me so fast. It doesn't surprise
yeah, you
me.
realize only after what you've
Yeah.
been through. That's
Man,
insane.
it's incredible. Life is awesome right now, and I try to live it every moment, but I work hard.
Because Nito, you find your higher self, and the energy you put forth, the love, the sincerity that you want to make these guys. They it's not they sense it, they feel it. So the love they give you back, it's a natural thing. It's I just hear nothing but this beautiful energy that you realize your calling, and all you're doing now is giving back to these fighters.
Yeah.
And the universe, God, what do you want to fucking call it? Go, you know what, Nito? You're right. You're not gonna come back to the shack.
Yeah.
You know. And I think you realize there's your material thing. A few minutes ago, ooh, rah.
Do you feel that you being good and giving what giving to your fighters and to the people around you, this is why you get all that goodness?
I don't do it for those reasons. Like
For sure.
I mean, I know, but I was just thinking about how I want to answer it but that's my genuine answer. I don't know. I do it because that's what I do, and that's just the person I am.
So how did it end up that Ruka got you all those punching bags?
Pat is a good man.
So
Pat,
he was just sending you those?
No. I mean, I was out there, and now they sponsored me. They sponsored me. Pat was always he was following me, and he was watching me for a while, and then he always loved what I do. He'd message me from time and time again, and then I got out to Cali one week, and I went to the warehouse, and that was it.
You know what I think I
was on
love
the team.
about Pat?
I love Pat. He's a great man.
He's that kind of guy, dude.
Recognized talent.
No, he recognized, but not just talent. Like where he came from, and the turning point. Pat sees it, and he's gonna go all in, and he's that kind of guy. He's so. When it comes to the fighting game, it's just a game. That's like, yeah.
Yeah, it was great, man. They got me there at the warehouse, and we talked, and they said they wanted to back me, and I was, I was stoked. I was in the office, but I held it in, and I got home, and then it didn't seem surreal, and then they were like, "Oh, go to the Ruka store, grab whatever you like," and then that was it.
But look at Ruka though. I mean, you look at him. You look at the whole island. Like it's like first it beat Japan, and after that, it was like he paved the way for every other young, aspiring fighter.
Yeah.
And also surfer in the both Indies, surf and fighting.
Yeah, they're great
And they've
people.
done it, and they own it. Like to me, I look at Ruka, it's like they're the Nike when it comes to surfing and that jiu-jitsu and MMA in their category, right? That they really are. And then everybody else kind of after that, because why? Pat is like a black belt. He's authentic as fuck.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a dream being on the team and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
they really take care of us. Me and my
So
team.
you flew over. They didn't tell you though.
No.
So you fly over. You just cruising by. They tell you come over to the warehouse.
No. So I got flown there to go train this guy. I got flown there to train this guy. They caught wind that I was in town, and then they were like, "Oh, come to the warehouse." And then
Okay.
I went to the warehouse, and that was it. And I had a handshake deal with this little company called Farmers Market here in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And I had a handshake deal with them, and then they knew I was going down there, and then I went in there and
And it's over.
straight up. Nah, Pat is just genuine, man. He's just genuine.
He's a real deal.
No, even the guy Raleigh at Farmers Market, he treated me good too.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. But yeah, Pat is just a genuine dude. Like, how can you not like Pat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But also, the fact that he, he's a doer. He helped also the what's the guy's name from also on the West? He also has a gym, MMA Elite, I think.
Oh, Charles.
Yeah.
Triple yeah, that's my cousin.
Oh, it's your cousin?
Yeah, my cousin.
No way.
My cousin, yeah. Well, not blood cousin, but so Charles used to sleep on our couch, and he basically lived with us now. Yeah, when I was a kid, and I think that he's my I treat him like that's my blood, but yeah, it's my cousin.
He has also a great story. He's also a very inspiring, and I think he also got.
I've seen a lot of the things he talk about. Like I've witnessed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the shit that he got into, I witnessed him.
And then Ruka helped him out as well.
Yeah. So Charles was on the team, on the Ruka team, years before I got on. It was just a dream. Like everything just came at me one time. I'm just genuinely being me, and I don't reach out to people. Oh, help me with this or sponsor me this. I just be me, and if they're gonna come, they're gonna come. And I've been blessed to, have companies like Ruka find me and be a part of them.
I think
Or Shane.
Or
Oh,
Shane.
Shane. Shane came to my gym, and Shane just, Shane's a good businessman too. That dude.
Yeah, he's smart.
So,
Yeah, he's really.
yeah. I thank him for the Kahala spot though, because he just fed him a lot. But it's been a blessing since. And I mean, it got to the point where, like, once I announce Kahala's open, it'll be full. So I'm kind of just like tiptoeing around. I don't know
It's
when.
too late. It's too late. It's going
No, they know.
Sorry, Nito.
No, I put out some snippets that I'm gonna start there, but I haven't given nobody an exact date because once I do, I get hit up every day, like 10 messages a day about Kahala. So once I'm trying to be careful how I do it.
Yeah.
How I open.
Johnny can help you. When you figure out the day, you text him. He will
will.
blast that shit on here.
Please.
Every island.
Please.
So let me ask you this: so where do you see yourself? I mean, after all that success coming to you, now about to open the second gym, where do you want to take Nito Boxing? What is your goals? What is the things that you want to achieve?
My next goals are to to make my boys world champions. I think that's a lifelong dream of mine. I mean, with all the business and stuff, which is cool, but that's a goal that I'm trying to accomplish with my boys, and that's their dream, and that's our dream
So
too.
explain to our listeners, what is the difference between an amateur fighter and a pro fighter? Because you said that they're like second in the country, but amateur.
Oh, amateur! People don't understand how amateur boxing is probably the hardest sport to to even rank in the top 10. It's very hard, and especially coming from Hawaii, it's really hard. I mean, it's very rare to have that type of caliber in my gym, and like 5 or 6 of them in the same gym. It's just really hard. Like, they gotta fight 5 days in 1 week, make weight every single day against every champion from 50 states meets up at a state and they fight each other. We're talking 5 days. They have to fight 5 days, make weight every day, the day of the fight, the morning of the fight. So you fight. If you win, weigh in the next day, fight again that night. If you win, you lose one time, you're out.
Wow.
Yeah, so to get where my fighters are at, man, it's like one of the hardest things to do. It's a lot harder than professional. It's a lot harder than professional, like, to get to where they're at.
But how you do that step? How do you get from an amateur to pro?
Well, as a pro, anybody can go pro. So you just sign a contract and but to get a lucrative contract and to get the right fights, to get exposure and build up correctly, you have to have a strong amateur background, like how my boys and my girl does.
So you think they need to first be in the amateur?
You have to. So you have an easier way. So like my boys, for me, I was coming up when I turned pro. I had to fight the best right out the gate. Like, you get fed, and in professional, one time you lose, you get put to the back.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So the boys, their strong amateur backgrounds got them a deal where they can be brought up correct, and for coaches like me, that's what you want. For
your boys fighting for Golden Boy promotion.
Yeah, Dallas Calliope and Asa Stevens.
And they're actually getting money to be on the.
Oh yeah,
promotion?
they got a signing bonus and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you feel that you were able to do that for them? You changed their lives for sure.
It was me and my coach too. They just believe they're rough kids, but if they understand that I understand them, so whatever I told them to do, they listen. And
Yeah, they came from the same little background.
Oh yeah. Same. We had the same coach, so they started with Coach Freddie Roach too, and that was my coach coming up, and then
What is your relationship to him till this day?
Oh, good. He was at my gym today.
All right.
He comes to the gym just to come to, because all the city gyms are the community gyms are shut down, so his gym is shut down. So he's just at my gym every day now.
How did actually Corona affect your because you were in the middle of building and building and building and building, and suddenly
I didn't stop shit, because if I stopped, then I'd lose everything I built. You know what I mean?
you have to keep it going.
I kept it going. I was willing to do whatever I had to do. I mean.
But you cut out from the gym some people. I mean, you had.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course I was respected for the thing, but I just kept it moving. Kept it positive. My boys had to fight. They depend on me. I did what I had to do, private training and stuff like that.
That's amazing.
If you're talking about business wise, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people could just complain.
Yeah. What's the hardest thing for you to learn? Because you came from really no business background. What do you think been the most challenging as a fighter to entrepreneur, and now you're dealing with businesses? What's one thing that you wish? Fuck! I wish I didn't have to deal with this bullshit business shit. You want to get back to basic coaching.
So man. My assistant, his name is Jesse Masuda. He's my assistant, my partner. He's my business guy. So when I got out of that storage unit, I told myself the only way I'm going to be successful is someone has to take care of the business side, and I just got to focus on coaching. And I found that's my dude. Yeah, and he takes. I don't talk business with nobody.
That's wonderful.
And I just coach.
Yeah.
I just coach, and ever since then, ever since it got like that, it's just been fucking beautiful.
And he has the same vision that you have.
Yeah.
Same values.
Yeah. I always have the last say.
Yeah.
He knows what I look for. Basically, I gotta separate my two lives. I can't deal with business and be a coach. Yep. You know what I mean? But I gotta have somebody that I can trust, and I trust him. And he never gave me no reason not to trust him up to this point.
So what is something that you're focusing on right now on growing the business, opening another location, or focusing more on the fighters, growing your fight team? What is...
I want my fighters to to be world champions and accomplish their goals. Business, I mean, man, the names hold some weight right now where I don't even have to try. Like, it doesn't even, like, we got inquiries every day. I mean, we're blessed. I'm super humble and grateful by all of that. Business-wise, it's not going to stop. I've embedded myself in Hawaii where I can, it just happens now as far as people coming in and just signing up for the gym and stuff. I'm grateful for that. So now it's just try to focus on, holding that name to a standard, Nito Boxing. And the only way we hold that name to a standard is to make world champions.
How did you get to the name Nito?
Oh, man, my middle name is Jonito.
Okay.
Yeah, Jonito. And then I was holding mitts for that boy that one day. And then as I'm walking out the gym, they asked me, because everybody in Waianae, they call me Jonito. I'm walking out and the guy, someone asked me, hey, what do you call your boxing thing? And I said, I out the blue, I said, Nito Boxing. And then every time I heard it, when I first said it, I used to cringe. I just thought it was just not I hate that name. Now I can't get rid of it. I walk the street like Nito Boxing, Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So we prepared something for you. It's called Instagram Close Up. We chose, me and Dewey went over your posts and we chose a couple that we want to kind of dig into.
Dig a little deeper.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Let's do it.
I'll start with this one. I really like this one. I like when money makes a difference, but don't make you different.
Ooh.
And they see you with all your...
Yeah. It's just that money don't change me, Money don't change me. The money helps the situation, but it don't make me who I am.
So for you, money is secondary. Like
Now.
you need it.
Now, I'm just being honest. Now, it took me years, because I come from nothing, and I thought, I wanted money, I wanted riches, but now that I got decent, no, I'm not rich or anything, but it's just that I can afford stuff now. That's not important anymore.
Okay. On that note, ready? Let's say COVID's gone. We're back to Hawaii. Every month, I got 1 million people that comes into Honolulu, to Hawaii, right? And Nito, for the first time ever, can have a billboard. And that billboard is blank, right? And this is the first time ever. Everyone come from all over the world. This is your opportunity. What was your billboard say? What does that look like?
From nothing to something.
Yeah, from you.
He said
Yeah,
from nothing to something.
From nothing to something.
Yeah.
Nito.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, it's actually, I think you hashtagged from nothing to something, and you said, fact, 5 years ago, I tried to get my job back at Dixie Grill, and they wouldn't take me back. Thank you, Jasmine. Who is Jasmine?
Jasmine, she was the manager. So I quit Dixie Grill to go full-time coaching. And in the beginning, it was hard. Ends wasn't mean.
Well, how much did they pay you at Dixie? Whatever.
$7.25.
Wow.
An hour. Yeah.
Minimum wage,
Yeah.
baby.
An hour, yeah. So I quit Dixie Grill, but on good terms. I left good terms with the manager, Jasmine. I was on good terms with her. I left there to pursue, and I told her I wanted to pursue my boxing, my coaching. Again, money wasn't coming in. Like, I couldn't even put gas. So I was like, let me try and get my job back. And I tried to get my job back. I was a great worker there.
Yeah.
She said, no, I couldn't have it. So I said, okay, cool. And then I just got stronger now. Thank you, Jasmine.
Yeah.
And then
she did you a favor.
That's
She did me a
what's up.
great
She did you a
favor, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Okay, we have another one. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And then you said Noah Boy 22 number
Yeah, number 2.
So this is something that you did for all your fighters, and you just mentioned the rankings.
Yes.
That's just in 1 year.
That's in, yeah.
That was 2019.
That was in 2019.
Bruh.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's one of the biggest tournaments. Like, you got to be you got to be top 8 in the country to go there, to be invited.
Oh, you guys were invited, and
You have to be so you have to be top 8 in the country to be invited to that tournament.
Wow.
And they got my girl won it 2 years in a row. She's like the best in the country. She's the best 106 pounder.
This is the same girl that worked at UFC.
Yeah.
I like to meet her one day.
Yeah, she quiet though. She probably won't talk.
And she's a featherweight, yeah?
She's 106 pound. Yeah.
Okay. And then, okay, so then we have one that came February 25. We talked about it already, but I'm just going to say it. Got the best company backing me. Ruka Sport, thank you guys for everything. And then Makua Rothman, he, gave you the, 100%. But check this out. Pat Tenori responded, thank you for inspiring us all. And Nito Boxing Team. Game recognizes game, young blood. Keep inspiring.
I love Pat.
Wow.
I love Pat.
That's Pat. 100%.
How does it make you feel that a guy that did it, been through it, millionaire, build a company from nothing, and he tells you that you inspire him?
It's humbling.
Wow.
I get humbled every time he tells me stuff like, because I'm inspired by him.
Absolutely.
I'm inspired by him, and for him to say that, it always humbles me, and I'm grateful for that. And it kind of trips me out, but I'm grateful for that comment, and I'm grateful for him. I'm grateful for him.
Definitely. Okay. 5 years ago, I didn't know nothing about business. All I knew how to do was coach. Didn't know how I could take this thing to the next level until I met this guy. He changed my life completely. Showed me how to make this shit a business. Showed me how much I worth. First couple of years was rough. We wasn't making no money, but he kept believing in me, pushing me, always believed I'd be where I am today. Love you, my fucking brother. Happy B-Day.
I love you, Jesse.
And then who is that?
Jesse.
Jesse.
That's
my
you mentioned.
that's my assistant. He turned everything around. Everything just been flowing good because he's a good businessman, and he's just somebody that I can trust. And I wouldn't be where I'm at today business-wise without him, and just everything in general, because he believed in me. And so many times he could have just left because we weren't making money.
Yeah.
There was no money coming. And
so you guys have like a friendship almost, like
we were friends before I asked him to jump aboard, and I owe so much to him. I couldn't thank him enough.
Brett, does that sound familiar, Brett?
I owe him so much. I owe him, like, the company wouldn't be where it's at if it wasn't for him.
That's how I feel about that guy towards our company.
So he's your Jesse.
Yeah, he's my Jesse for sure.
All right, and last but not least, this is something that I could not pick this one. Okay, here we go. 5-year deal with Golden Boy. Dreams into fucking reality. Coming where we come from. This shit does not happen. We're living proof that you can do anything you want if you work hard.
Yes.
We're not dreaming anymore. Congratulations, my boys. How did it feel? You're bringing them, I mean, of course, with your other coach, and you making it happen. Making it happen for them.
It's surreal, but fuck, we believed. We knew this was gonna happen, but we just had to put in the work and just believe in these kids, stand by them, and just push them in the right direction. It's surprising to everybody else, but fuck, I'll be lying if I said I was surprised. We push these kids to get here. We push them to get here. We breed them for this situation. Anything other than that would be a fail.
Yeah, how many years you had these kids under your wing?
So I knew them ever since they were kids, right? I was always around them.
Yeah, coaching wise, under your wing, 100%.
I was always around them, but I'd say the last 4 years. 4 years.
3 things you must have if you want to be even a shot to be a champion in boxing. 3 things, characteristic you must have. Because I'm sure you spot these guys right away.
Yeah.
You get on the gym right there, and then something deep inside you go, "Ooh, this guy's got potential. This girl got potential." But 3 things:
heart, discipline, and
could be 2.
Heart and discipline, and heart and discipline.
Yeah.
Heart and discipline. That all the skills will come after. You can have all the skill in the world if you don't work hard. You ain't shit.
Yeah.
And if you got all the skill in the world and you ain't got no heart, you ain't got shit. So it takes heart and discipline, and just be dedicated to your craft and to hard work, dedication, and heart.
It sounds like Yancy had the same thing.
Yeah.
Yancy, it's like that's a comedy nominator.
Yeah.
Billy Kemper is the same thing.
Yeah.
He's the hardest working athlete.
Yeah.
You know,
Yancy's
in
the
that
dog, man.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like there's a comedy. It's like it's all about the grind.
It's
About the
Yeah,
grind.
you know,
It
it's
is.
really there's nothing. Yeah, I don't give a shit. You're a billionaire. You can't replace the grind.
100%.
Yeah.
No way. You can't not have hard work.
Who influenced you the most? You think in 34 year life, standing here today? Who's one the? You know what? If you take your last breath tonight, you want to give a shout out to this person because man, without you, whew, I don't think I can have what I have.
You know, my mom and my dad.
Yeah.
My mom and my dad.
What they have given you that you're gonna pass on to your children, your mom and dad?
We built some
Lessons that you're gonna pass on to them.
We did some. They made me who I am. We got something now. I built something where this is forever. You know. I mean, I didn't mention this though, but my gym was the first gym. If you look in the record books, my gym was the first gym was to ever win first place best team in the national championship. We talking about the best gyms in the country. I had the best gym, and Hawaii has not even placed. I got first place.
And this is a guy who grew up in the shack. I had no money for fucking bus fare. Couldn't get a $7.25-hour job.
Yeah, but my mom. But I've created something that's something my family can be proud of. My mom can be proud of. My nieces and nephews. This is forever.
Yeah.
You know, Nito Boxing is forever, and I'm just grateful. And yeah, we embedded in Hawaii history, so I ain't going nowhere.
Well, I just love the fact that you bring pride back to Hawaii.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we're prideful people.
Yeah. Ooh, why not? Of course.
Yeah. Max Holloway.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
You think growing up over there, this is kind of what helped shape you?
Yeah,
The challenge,
yeah,
the adversity,
I mean-
the people that live there, the.
It's just a different swagger, a different feel. We're taught to be tough and just not take no for an answer, and I think that's what helped me. I get my mind gets set on something, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna accomplish it, and I won't stop.
Any brother and sisters?
Yeah, my brother. I got an older brother named Ricky and a younger sister named Chantel.
Anybody in box?
Oh, my brother boxed too. My brother boxed too. My sister, she's in the gym too. We all box. Like it was a fighting family we come from.
Yeah. It was a dad who was a boxer?
Yeah, dad was a boxer, but also my dad married my mom. My mom's all three of her brothers were boxers, professional boxers.
Whoa.
My uncles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
I grew up in the gym.
So genetically, it's in the family genes forever. On
Yeah,
both sides of the family, actually.
Yeah. But now we got something we can be proud of.
Biggest regret, you think? If you had any?
Nah. I mean,
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
did.
beautiful.
It did.
Well, Dewey and I were intrigued by your story. We were fascinated with everything you were able to accomplish.
Thank you.
We really wanted to show you our appreciation and get you something special. We were thinking what to get you, and he started to call his people. I started to call my people.
I know two. Brett and John.
No, Dewey has a huge network, and we started to call people and see, we really wanted to be something special. And we know that you started kind of your great big career as a sparring partner for Pacquiao.
Yes.
And
We didn't go there at all.
So I reached out to my people. Shout out to Alejandro down in Vegas and all the other guys. Thank you. I appreciate that. We brought you an amazing gift. They overnighted over here, even though it took them 3 nights. But they paid for overnight. I love you guys. You always have my back. I appreciate that. I couldn't think of a better gift. This is a signed glove by Manny Pacquiao. It's the Filipino boxing glove with a signature.
Oh shit!
With a picture of Manny Pacquiao, original official glove.
Wow!
This is for you. From us, with love.
Oh my! fucking thank you so much, man. Oh, man, that made my night.
So this one,
Yo.
you can hang, and just to remind you,
I'm going to put it in my gym.
Yeah, this is your
Oh,
beginning, right?
man.
This is where you were cutting the grass.
It's kind
This is-
of-
yeah.
yeah.
This is
Yeah.
your beginning.
Man, thank you guys so
full
much,
circle.
man.
Full
Yes,
circle,
man.
my
Thank
friend.
you guys so much. Thank you guys for having me, man.
I'm so fascinated. And that's why everybody's like,
Oh, man, thank
you
you.
hear the word wine,
That's
and
insane,
everybody
huh?
gets all scared. You know? But when I hear wine, I have like Uncle George, Kavika, and all. You're like, here we are. There's probably one of the most impoverished community in Hawaii. Yeah, but yet there's deep love. There's deep. Everyone from that side is like, to me.
when you're on the good side.
Well, yeah, but it's the same thing. He said, but everyone from wine is like him. He's like, there's no fake, bro.
Yeah.
You're in or you're out. You're out, you get your ass fucking beat up, and you get the fuck out of wine. If you're in, you're like family.
Yes.
But what I love is like this deep, genuine aloha. It's not fake. It's like you listen to him, and he came from a shack. Yancy mom grew up on tracks on the fucking beach almost, practically, and yet here they are. Yancy walks up to Cowboy Cerrone with a cowboy hat, right?
Yeah.
And here he is teaching these kids boxing for no fee, because why? It's in you. It's the lesson that Waianae kids grew up. It's like you got to be proud where you come from. You don't give up, and aloha is deep in your vein. And it's like
100%.
it's so fucking beautiful, Nito.
Man, thank you so much,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I mean, I guarantee Kahal's gonna be a hit, because you know why? Shane is brilliant.
And I
So
live
we
right
hate-
around there, so I'm gonna come train
Oh,
100%.
of course, I got you for life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For this, baby. Oh, I'm so stoked. I'm
That's where
so
it's at.
happy, man. Thank you guys so much. Man.
Wait,
yeah.
we're not done yet. Actually,
yeah.
before we're
Okay.
gonna wrap it up, we're gonna get to our 5 what would you rather
Yeah.
questions.
I'm ready for this one.
Okay, are you sure you're ready?
Yeah, he's gonna switch on you.
All right.
And he's gonna ask your penis
Oh,
size.
shit,
He's
let's
gonna
go.
ask your
No, we're
penis
gonna start.
size.
We're gonna start off smooth. We're gonna start off small.
All right.
Okay, check this out. What would you rather have the ability to read minds or read the future?
Read minds.
What would you rather clog the toilet on your first date or in your new gym?
On the first date, I think I think I clogged the on my first date before.
All right. 3. What would you rather have a job you hate but pays great, or a job you love but you barely make it?
I say this all the time. I mean, anybody that ever talked to me before, I've always said, I watch my dad get up at 3 a.m, go to work, come home, right, at night, making good money, but it was miserable. And I said, I don't ever want to live like that. I said, I was happy making just enough to get by, but I was doing something that I love. I say this all the time. It's so funny that you ask that question. I say it to everybody, and that's the truth.
That's where it's at. All right, and we're gonna get to our 4th question. What would you rather? Wear Crocs everywhere you go, or wear boxing gloves everywhere you go?
Crocs. Crocs. Imagine me walking around the mall with gloves on.
All right, check this out.
Oh, security guard.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. What would you rather? Have Pacquiao's title, but your name is Pacquiao, or you called Pacquiao but no titles?
Fuck you. Ain't nothing. I want to be world champion. I wanna be world champion.
I don't care. Let everybody
I'll take
call me
Pacquiao.
Pacquiao.
I'll be fuck you.
Fuck you,
They'll be like,
Nito.
fuck you, fuck you.
Fuck you, Nito.
Right on, guys. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Check us out on our Instagram at the Aloha Hour. Follow us on our Instagram for more stuff, more pictures, and more the behind the scenes. And hopefully soon we're gonna
Yeah, when are you gonna announce to everybody you're gonna launch all this? Everybody's waiting for this to launch.
so it's probably gonna be around November 7.
Woo! Well, pressure's on, Brad. November 7th.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, he's just there
Could
you
be the
go.
11.
Well, listen, I hope you guys like the show, and please share, because I think the more of us get to listen, a little slice, it's like, I know there's no solution, there's no answer in life, but if we can have somebody like you, Nito, it kind of share their like, their hardship, right? And for that moment, and not that, I think everybody should go their hardship, but that moment in time, though, if you listen to this and it connects with you, man, share it, because that's another person out there that feel like down and out. I have nothing. And what's that quote you say? That billboard you say is going to be in Hawaii?
From nothing.
From nothing to something.
Oh, come on.
And that's how we're going to end it. From nothing to something. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right. Good night.
All right.